You guys seen this? This guy Brent Kavanagh. You guys know the story about what's been going on. It's pretty interesting. I wasn't going to do anything on this. I'm not a. You guys know this channel's not about covering, current events or anything like that. And I'm not a drama guy or whatever. But I like this guy. He goes into this train station where there's a public piano that you can play, and this is in London. And he's a boogie woogie guy. He plays anything. He's a very talented guy. He has other people come and play with him. People sit in with him. It's entertaining. It's fun stuff. It's good human stuff. I apologize for the leaf blower, and I don't know what this guy's doing out here. And he's a nice guy, but he's been blowing just right around here for a solid 40 minutes, and nothing is that dirty out there. It's very annoying. It's what happens when you get paid by the hour. Anyhow, back to this. I watched this when it was happening. He's playing the piano. There's some Asian people behind him. They turn out to be Chinese, and you can't make out who they are or anything because it's not about them. It's about him playing the piano. And at one point, one of the women comes over to him, and her English isn't very good, and she's trying to explain to him that they don't want their images on his video. But then again, they're assuming he's going to post this or whatever. They were in the area already when he arrives and starts playing the piano. But the piano's there. They know it's there. Now, they might have never been there before. They might not have known what's going on, whatever. It escalates. And there are other Asian men around and a few Asian women. They're all Chinese. They all have Chinese flags that they're waving around and doing something. They're all wearing red scarves, And then there's this guy that gets involved, and his English is better. And he's like ordering. I'm going to play the clip of it because it's not very long. The whole video is, it's almost 40 minutes, but I'm just going to show you what happens here. On one hand, he's acting like he's trying to be polite. But then he's ordering this dude, like you can't do this, you can't do that. And he's like, well, you can't tell me what, this is a free country, do what I want. And at one point, this guy, what's his name again? His last name, Brendan Kavanagh? Brendan Kavanagh. He reaches down to grab the flag, the communist flag. Like, you're waving, this isn't communist China, he says. And the guy says, oh, that's racist. And then when he reached down, he goes, don't touch her, don't touch her. This is the Chinese guy yelling really, really loudly, and they're the ones. I just want to point this out. They're complaining they don't want to be on camera, and yet they created the whole scenario. They walked up to him, they made themselves known, they got their faces on camera on their own. It was a huge mistake on their part, but it's the reason I'm talking about it, and the reason I think it's interesting. And I guess everybody else does, because now it's making the YouTube rounds here, is just the way that they're manipulating the situation with bullshit. This is what I'm always warning you guys about, right? And this has been happening now in the Western world, right? Where these bad ideas are being put out there, and the police show up, and they think it's a big deal because the racism claim was made. And in England, I mean, that's another thing. At one point, the Chinese guy, I'm going to call him a handler because he's acting like a handler, and I think they refer to him as that in some of the interviews I've seen, is getting more and more aggressive. And the one lady next to him, which you can't tell, it's funny about Chinese people, you can't tell, or Asian, it's hard. They age really well, generally. There was a woman I went out with, this Korean lady, owns the market. She's awesome. Gorgeous. I didn't talk to her for a long time because I thought she was like in her 20s or something. And when we finally started dating, it turned out she was like 52 years old. I had no idea. It was crazy. So I can see the face on this lady, and I can tell she's not that young. And I bring that up because the handler guy at one point, he's yelling, goes, you're much older than her. Like, as if a grown man can't, like an older guy with gray hair can't be near a woman who might be younger. And this is clearly an adult woman, and I would guess probably in her 40s or older. So the whole thing, he's trying to create a scene in a way where he's using all of the things that right now I'm not part of it, but so many people, including the police, have been trained to be hypersensitive about. That's what's happening. And this is something that this whole communist thing and Russians, Chinese, whatever, there are people that really believe in that stuff, and they've been kind of infiltrating our system of government, education, and everything for decades. And you're seeing it on display here in this video. So I'm going to play for you what happens. I also want to mention today, he's been doing updates. I think he said he's going to be on Fox News tonight. He didn't mention what show, but he's been interviewed in some other places, which I've watched already. And then he just showed a screenshot where the whole piano now is cordoned off, 2 guards standing next to it. Nobody's allowed to play. This is very annoying to me because these people came from a communist country. They are acting in a way like the handler guy is acting like he's in China. Like if that had been in China, this guy right now would be in a friggin' camp somewhere. You know what I'm saying? That's the way that they're acting. And it's funny because Brandon Kavanagh, he keeps saying this is a free country, and Britain is nowhere near as free as us, and we're growing less free every day because of this kind of nonsense. So I'm just fascinated by this whole thing, and the bummer is the police department, who they get their orders, right, by their higher ups, are now going to ruin it for everybody, right? Because of this pressure from these Chinese people. And the piano happens to be a gift from Elton John. It came from Elton John, and his signature is on the piano and everything. And now they're going to have to take it away. They're not going to be able to play anymore, all because a bunch of jerks who happen to be from a communist country, not all Chinese people believe what their government is doing. Matter of fact, they make that comment in the video. But they're acting that way. So it's a weird thing. You watch it for yourself. my high-tech system here.
Oh yeah, of course, we've got the Chinese here. Oh yeah.
Did you feed us all of us in your cameras?
I don't know. Are we allowed? We're not allowed. We're not allowed.
You know, because we're for Chinese TV.
Oh, okay.
This is not disclosable.
It's not disco.
Yeah, not disclosable.
It's no disco.
It's not disclosable.
It's not disposable. Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So did you feed
So will we get in trouble with the Chinese government?
Maybe not, I don't know. But you said you learn Japanese.
They'll put you in prison, mate.
So just say that according to the Chinese law, we're not allowed to film you. Is that right?
So basically, we will much appreciate it when you are, whatever you're doing, that you don't put our face on TV.
Yes.
Okay, so what will happen if...
Whatever you do, don't put our faces on, but we're going to come over here and create a scene that gets our faces on your camera. He's recording the whole thing. They actually made this incident happen.
Just don't do it, please. I will really appreciate that. We just very sensitive about this. I'm really sorry, but we love your music.
Yeah,
we want to stay here for a lot longer.
I mean, the only thing is, it's just like there's other people filming as well.
And that's absolutely fine. That's the other people's business. They can make their own decisions.
So,
that's absolutely
so
fine.
how comes the only issue
It's
I've
just
got...
not us, please. Just not us.
No, but what I'm saying is there's other people filming you as well.
Oh no! It's just make sure that we are very secure in the reason that.
I have to point out that, because I've seen in other interviews, there's been a law that was passed not long ago in Britain where they had it, because this has come up. So it is 100% legal for you to film anywhere in a public space there, which means anybody who else is walking around can't complain if you happen to capture them on the video you're shooting. That's the law in England.
We don't want our voice or picture being filmed, and then, yeah, that's just the relationship between you and me, you and us, basically.
What relationship?
Just, now, we are very, so I'm going to repeat that, all of us, we cannot share our images online.
Right.
Yeah, there's no reason, that's our choice, that's our right.
Oh, so it's not a legal thing?
It is a legal thing, because this is our right.
they can't share their images online, which is interesting to me because that would mean that this guy, he's either assuming or he knows that, I say this guy, I'm talking about the handler. We're going to call him the handler. He either knows this guy is recording live or he's seen him before and he knows that he records and has a YouTube channel and puts it out there, or he's just assuming that.
Protecting, and we don't want our voice or images to be revealed online. I'm really appreciating it. This is not your fault, obviously, and this is not our fault, obviously. That we have our own agreement with other people that we cannot be shown online. We are so sorry about this.
So who's allowed to record you then?
Just making sure.
And I can't help it, but this is the lady I was talking about, that black hat and everything. Look at her, man. There is something a little, I don't mean to be putting ideas in your head, but there's something weirdly creepy about her. There's something going on there.
You are not recording us, yeah? Because if you are recording us, that when we are saying this, you're still recording, and then we will put a legal action into it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
A legal
we will
action.
put a legal action
Really?
into it.
For what?
We will.
Legal
I'm
action
sorry,
for-
this is the end of the conversation. This is our right, we're protecting.
Listen to this guy. Listen to this guy. He gives him all his stuff. He's pretending to be nice. Then he's like, here's what's happening. Here's what you can't do. And this is the end of the conversation. So I have to say that Brendan handles this way better than I would have. Way better. Especially, and keep watching.
And that's it.
But what right? I don't understand.
Image right.
Image right?
Yeah, we're not sharing this image
Are you
right.
from China?
That's not a question. The only thing we are arguing is that
Yeah.
we are protecting our own image right. You're not sharing.
But this we're in public.
Yeah, exactly. No sharing.
So we're not allowed
no
to share?
sharing. Yes, no sharing us. Share yourself, that's fine. No sharing us.
Okay.
No
And
sharing.
then what-
Please share me.
Oh, share
Yes.
you, yeah. So who?
And if
Pay attention to the guy in the background. And then there's one or two others as well. But you see the guy with the red thing on there.
one
But
day,
you see,
like,
the thing is, we're in a
I'm
free,
really
we're-
sorry, we're on a schedule
But
here.
so
That-
me too, but we're in a free country, mate.
That's true,
We're
you are
not
in
in
a free
communist
country.
China now, you know.
Oh, I'm sorry, this is racist now. We have
No, we're not.
Boom. We're in a free country. This is not communist China. Automatically racist, which mentioning your political affiliation, whether you're wrong or not, is not racist. Also, saying somebody's Chinese to somebody who's Chinese, admitted they're Chinese and from China, is not racism. It's one of those things that they do. They will scream that, and now you look like the bad guy. You know, it's like when you watch football, right? The guy who gets the flag is the guy who's usually reacting to the thing that was done wrong to him in the first place, but that part was missed. The best part about this whole thing was it was filmed.
In communist China, we're in a free country.
This is
We're in a free country, mate. We can film where we want. You can call the police if you want. I'll be quite happy to call the police, you know. But listen,
So there's, this guy here, and then there's a couple more we just passed. He's actually surrounded by all these people, which is another interesting situation.
we're all free here, mate.
This is free, but we don't want
When
to
you're
share
in Rome, you
images.
do as the Romans do. Sorry.
You're Roman?
Yeah, it's a saying.
Sorry. Sorry. We don't want to do it. Yeah, sorry.
You don't want to do what?
Yeah,
To share our
to
image.
share our image
Well, then you've got to
online.
walk. You've got to walk away then, because it's a public space.
Yeah, definitely. So I tell you, I just tell my child.
Walk away then. I'm sorry for interrupting like this because I hate when I watch videos that do this. If I'm annoying you, apologize, but I just can't help it. He just gave them the out. Walk away.
Yeah, we don't want to show our image.
Okay, well, we've got
Yeah.
to walk away then.
So but we want to use this piano. This is a public one.
Yes.
It's a public
It's public,
one.
but
We
use-
can use it as well. Yeah.
Yes, you can. Yes, and
definitely.
anyone can film because in the UK it's a free country,
That's
and
right.
anyone
But
can
we
film.
have image right. We have
Not in
image.
public. In
No,
China,
no.
we're not in China.
No, I have my choice. I don't
No,
want
but
much.
we are in Britain, Great Britain. We're not in
I
China.
see. I'm also British.
This-
I'm also British. Okay.
thought
I'm
you
also
said you-
British.
you-
I'm also British, but I don't want
But
to
you've
use
got-
my
You've
image.
got a Chinese flag
It
there.
doesn't matter.
Show me the Chinese flag.
Why you're touching her? Stop touching her! Don't touch her, please.
touch the
Do
flag.
not touch her. Please, you are not the same age. Please do not touch her. Don't.
Okay. That right there. I don't know that I would have been able to remain calm in that because, especially having been in the Marines, I would have been like, who are you yelling at? Boom, and he would have jumped back, and things might have changed a little bit there. But I'm so glad that he handles it the way he did.
Don't touch her. Please don't touch her. Please
Don't
don't.
shoot him.
Yeah, don't touch her.
Don't
Don't
shoot
touch her.
Now, did you hear that? Don't shoot him. Don't shoot him. She's saying that. Now, there's only a few reasons why she would say that. Number one, she's trying to intimidate Brandon, make him think he's got a gun. But this is Britain. You're not allowed to have a friggin' pocket knife there. Now, somebody could run out in the streets with a butcher knife and hack a bunch of people apart. We've seen it happen. It's been in the news. You can watch the security cameras on it. It happens in Britain all the time. But the British people aren't allowed to defend themselves with a weapon. You can't own a weapon. So if she's saying, don't shoot him, and that means that this handler guy has a handgun, that's fascinating. And I think that this right here, this little part right here, is the reason why all this crap's going on right now. And it's like the news, all the interviews, everything else is happening because these Chinese people got caught here doing something they're not supposed to be doing. It doesn't look good for them with their own country, but this is a crazy scenario happening here.
What's the problem? Don't shoot him. Don't shoot him.
Please don't touch her. Please don't touch her. Please don't touch her.
Yeah, listen,
No,
mate,
we
listen.
love your art, we love your
No, you don't.
music,
You just
but we are
shout
trying
at
to
me.
have because you're touching my friend.
I
Are
touched
you
the-
allowing her to touch you?
no.
I touched the flag.
No.
I touched the flag.
Doesn't
mate.
matter. You're
And
approaching
also,
her with
you're
your hands.
You're getting a bit aggressive. You are.
No.
I think we better leave this.
Listen, mate. Yeah, you bet.
I'm sorry, you can't touch her. Please don't touch her. Please don't touch her. Please don't touch her. Please don't reach your hand. Please say sorry to her.
Well, I want you to
Please say sorry to her.
No, we're not.
Listen to this. I love what he's going to come back with. I'm sorry for interrupting. Don't touch her. This guy, if he was talking to me like that, I'm telling you, it would not go down this cool.
Hey, China,
That's
mate.
fine. We're not talking about race. This is not a racist issue. Please
We
don't
just
call
want
us
to
we're not in
celebrate
China.
New
This is
Year.
the moment that you're trying to reach your hand, touch her without her
I don't want to touch-
permission.
I don't want to touch him at all.
That's good. Stay away. Don't touch her.
Well,
Don't
away-
touch
and
her.
away
Stay
you go.
away.
We're in a
Stay
free
away.
country now, mate.
Stay away.
You're
Don't
not
touch her.
obviously
Don't
using
touch her.
democracy.
Do not touch her. Do not touch her.
I'm not touching
Do not
anyone.
touch her. Do not touch her.
I don't know why
Do
you
not
get-
touch her. Do not touch her.
Do you want me to keep
Do
saying
not
that?
touch her. Do not touch her. Are you miming me? Are you miming me?
Yeah, I am, yeah.
You're miming me.
I am, yeah.
You're miming me.
Yeah, I
You're
am.
miming me.
I am, yeah. What are you going to do about it?
Wait for it.
Yeah, I'm waiting for it.
What's her name?
What's my name?
Yeah.
Listen to this guy.
What's her name?
What's your name? What's your name? Fuck you.
Are you trying to answer or not? Do you want to answer? If you don't want to answer, that's your right.
What's
You
your
don't need
name?
to answer.
Is it
You
my
don't need
right? Are
to
you
answer.
going to tell me my rights?
No, I'm not telling you anything. I
Yes,
just
you-
want you to not reach your hand to my friend and
And
don't
I
touch
don't
her.
want you to shout, mate.
I'm not telling you anything. Wait a second. You just spent the last couple minutes telling him everything.
No, she's fine. If you don't reach your hand, that's fine.
I'm not, are you going to apologise? Are you in the Communist Party?
Nice.
Stop judging. Stop judging. Why are you calling us communists? Why?
You got a communist flag
We
in your
got a
hand?
flag of any country. Why are you discriminating a different country?
I'm not discriminating.
Why are
Listen
you
to this guy.
discriminating a different
Why are you
country?
getting excited?
Because
You're
you're
getting your knickers
discriminating
in-
another country.
How am I discriminating?
Yeah, you are saying
Playing
we're
the
communists
race
for
card,
holding
mate.
a flag.
Yeah, because you got a communist flag in your hand.
Oh my god.
Is that
Please
a com-
educate yourself,
so
alright?
that's
Please
not a
educate yourself.
So that's not a
A
communist flag.
country is different from the political
That's true.
agenda. That is not the same
But
thing.
it's a game.
Communist flag,
That's
yes
not
or
the
no?
same- that's
So
not
it's
the same
not.
thing. Yeah, because this is a reason he's being racist and calling us communists and all that thing, and he was trying to reach his hand to my friend. We can't protect ourselves. We have to protect ourselves. We need him to apologize for my friend.
Enjoy it, leave it, mate. It's great. It's great. It's a great TV. This is-
Why? So he's done something wrong, and I can't.
No. We have rights. We don't want to camera us. Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine.
All right. Look, this is enough because in a few moments the police show up and, that's a whole other thing. But I'm not going to play this whole video. I'm going to put a link to it underneath my video. And I hope you guys watch it. And if you're curious, you can watch all the aftermath of it and the other shorter videos and the interviews he's doing with other people. It does seem like Brandon has had some interactions with people in the past, but which makes sense because it's a public forum. I mean, you're in public, you're playing the piano, You're dealing with people, you don't know who they are. There's going to be times when people give you some grief. He believes in free speech. He believes in freedom. He believes in speaking up for himself, being a man, being able to do what he wants to do. He's not harming anybody. He's not breaking any laws. These pianos are put in public there on purpose so anybody could sit down and play them. He doesn't keep anybody else from wanting to play. But, you could tell he has an edge to him, which I appreciate. I appreciate that. I wouldn't say he's out there looking for trouble. And in this situation, you just watched it. I encourage you to watch this video, and I'm curious what you guys think, because this is the sort of thing that's being put upon us. It's like these scare tactics are used, and then the people running our governments and whatnot, they fall prey to it. And many of them, look, man, Nancy Pelosi's chauffeur was a freaking Chinese spy, right? And who's the farting senator who was sleeping with a Chinese spy? There's people have infiltrated our government, and these people get greased. They get paid to pass certain laws and regulations and everything else that reduce your freedoms, reduce all of our freedoms. And it's happening across the board. It's a slow creep, but there's that cycle. We just keep repeating this bad stuff over and over again. And it's people like this. Now, I don't know if these people are just programmed this way and this is an innocent thing that just happened to happen because they think this way because of where they come from. I've run into that with friends of mine from Europe. When I talk to them about firearms and whatever else that we have here and their belief system. And I always point out to them, well, that's your belief system because you were brought up in a socialist society, right? The way that your education system was and everything else, the way that you live your life and your hand is held from cradle to grave and everything else, you've been programmed to accept that as reality or the way it should be and everything else. But no, we should all be free. And so I don't know if this is, again, these people were brought up in that place, so they think this way, or, which it seems more to me like, they're put there to create scenarios like this on purpose to strip away our freedoms, right? Here's an excuse. They want to take somebody down and put in place these regulations that are based on nonsense. This thing where everybody now has to be cautious of what everybody else's feelings are is nonsense. It's BS, man. I don't care who you are, where you are, anything. You can't be walking through life, walking on eggshells, afraid to do anything because you might offend somebody. If you're easily offended, just don't leave the house. Do us all a favor. Stay home. Because that's BS, man. Expecting everybody else to have to be hypersensitive to your personal little issues is crazy. It's nonsense. Get over yourself. So anyhow, I'll put the link below. Again, I'm not a drama guy, but for some reason, this particular incident, it's just gotten under my skin a little bit. It's annoying to me. I'm not trying to get you annoyed. You don't have to think the same way I do. I'm sure somebody down here is going to rebut me. But that's fine. You can have your opinion. I don't care if you really agree with me or not. I'm just sharing what's something I caught, and I've been watching it since it happened. When it was happening live, I caught it, or right when it was happening because it popped up. I was on YouTube at the time a few days ago when this was all happening, and now it's just been building. And it's funny because I remember thinking, like, I should do a video on this because this is crazy. And I thought, no big deal. I'm not going to do it. And then over the last couple of days, it's just been, if you're watching YouTube, you see it, I guess it's an algorithm thing. I guess I'm feeding into that now. But which reminds me, I'm going to do another thing too here. There's a guy, Janky AF. I like this guy. I've watched him for years. He has less than 800 subscribers. I really like him. He's in the Northeast somewhere. I forget where. He did a video on an Astrovan, a couple Astrovan videos. And he's a car guy. He buys beat up old cars and he does these videos on them. And I think his camera presence is excellent. I can imagine him with a microphone doing a show. I think he has that sort of capability. He's an intelligent guy. His vocabulary is excellent. He's very funny and quirky. But he loves the Aerostar, the Ford Aerostar. And I think he's got over 100 videos on Ford Aerostars. It's a little over the top. But I commend him for that because it takes balls to just keep going out there and doing what you want. I'm going to try to remember to put a link to his page, but it's Janky AF, which doesn't stand for what you think it stands for. It's like Auto Fabrication, yeah, some German phrase. So Janky AF, go over there and subscribe to his page. Just help the fella out. I'd like to see him to get at least 1,000 subscribers so he can start getting monetized because I like him. But I'll put a link to this. I'll try to remember Janky as well. I hope you guys have a good day. Be good to one another. I'll catch you all in the next one. And that's it for now.